What's up, guys? We're back at it again on another episode of Same in the End podcast. My name is Gabriel, and welcome to the show. On this episode, we decided to post a recording from the early days of this podcast. And the reason we're doing so is because we thought it was relevant to what we talked about on the last episode number 3. We will discuss the constant change in our society and the rise of the machines. But before we dive into that episode, we ask that you may subscribe, like, and share us everywhere you can find us. You can find all the links on sameintheend.com, and we appreciate all the help. Thank you, guys. So without further ado, let's listen and enjoy.
Okay, I want to talk about this. With the people, the way people communicate these days, like these kids and stuff like that, where they don't understand or they don't know the feeling of having to do, like, say, like a boy or a guy having to talk to a girl in person. You know, back in the day, back when I was in school, that was a major fucking thing. That caused me so much fucking stress, so much anxiety. When I was growing up, I was not how I am today. I was very reserved, very shy. I don't know what the fuck happened or why it took me so long to burst out of my comfort zone, but I was fucking terrified of talking to girls. And with these days, it's like, oh, you know, you like them on Facebook or poke them or whatever. Like, it's so fucking easy for these kids these days to communicate with people that they don't develop that personality in person. They don't develop that communication. So you get a bunch of these assholes, like in my job, we have interns, like these 19, 20, 21-year-olds. You talk to them, it's like fucking talking to a deer in headlights. They don't know how to fucking communicate.
Speaking of which, are they still considered millennials?
I don't fucking know what the age cutoff is. I don't give a shit about that. I don't define myself by that. I'm just fucking me. I don't fucking Generation Y, X, Z, millennials, faggot. I don't know what the fuck it is. All I know. The only reason is that I think that new generation, because we're not that old, dude. We're barely hitting the 30s, you know, and we're not that old. So I see these kids, you know, 19, 18, 20. They're fucking stupid, bro. I don't know They're
why.
stupid because they don't have to think. If they want to find something, they Google it. Like, I remember a day of taking math tests without calculators. I remember not being able to use internet for research. I remember how to go to the library. I'm in my 30s, but I remember going to the library to do research for everything. There was no internet back then.
It's fucking sad to see them like that, you know. And I think I'm not trying to call them stupid for no reason. And I mean, it's just the things that I see. It's like, fucking, they're being captivated for all these fucking thoughts and everything they see in social media. It's not even, there's no thoughts to it, you know what I mean? There's no knowledge to it. It's just fucking some stupid ass random shit they see, you know, like lips. We're talking about the Kardashians and shit, you know, or fucking this new random fucking challenge, you know, whether it be a fucking dance or a fucking throwing water in your fucking head, you know what I mean? There's some good causes towards it, but some of them, but some other ones are stupid, you know, like the whole like Running Man challenge. What is that? You know, you're running to a song. What the fuck is that?
I never heard of it. I can be honest, I never heard of that shit before.
Yeah, no, they put this song. It's like an old back. Like, you gotta look it up. It says running back challenge, and then they start fucking doing this dance where you're running in place. You know what I mean? So they follow up with those other dances.
That sounds really fucking stupid. I don't know what it is or what it's about, but it sounds fucking stupid as shit.
Not just that though, but there's other challenges like this water bottle, where you're supposed to flip it and somehow it lands like on its base. You know what I mean? And it has a little bit of water, of course, to be able to like manipulate it to land that way. But they put music behind it, so when they when they flip it, the music starts and everybody's like freaking out over it. Oh yeah, I fucking did it, you know. And I think so. That's so fucking stupid. Because what's the reason behind it? Honestly, like what? Like what? And all these memes and shit. You know, what the fuck is that? Someone explain to me what the fuck is a meme. I know you're trying to be fucking cute and funny. You know what I mean? But what is that? Like what? Why?
I remember, like you're talking about, like the age of these kids doing all these stupid ass shit. I remember when I was that age, I was worried about I was skateboarding, going out, you know, with all my friends, doing some physical activities, having fun.
You said it, dude. You were worried about talking to women. You were worried about pussy. Getting your furs, you know, getting some. These motherfuckers are not worried about it. They're worried about being the funniest dude on fucking social media. What does that say? You know, and not to mention most of these kids are not even out there. They're always inside. I remember when I was growing up, everybody used to be outside.
Yeah,
You're talking about skateboarding.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking everybody used to be outside. We used to be fucking chilling in the neighborhood or riding on our bikes or chilling with some girls and going places by ourselves. You know what I mean? Maybe because
experiencing life, not through the lens of a camera or lens through a phone, actually experiencing it and having memories, not just like you see these dumb fucks, anything exciting going on, a baseball game, concert, they're watching it through their phone because they're recording it. They're not experiencing life how we experienced it when we were younger.
Yeah, but some might say that, you know, maybe it's because society is dangerous now. You know, you can't let your kids walk around by themselves. And maybe that's true, you know what I mean? I mean, I wouldn't let my daughter walk by herself nowhere.
I think it's always been like that, though. I think there's more media coverage of it. There's always been shit like that. There's always been serial killers and rapists and child abductors all throughout history.
But you could find ways. That's what I was trying to get at. I mean, you could call your friends and everybody. Everybody could get together to the biggest house and have parties and shit. I mean, I don't know if they still do them the way we used to do them. But it's fucking crazy. I mean, I would like to be the fly in the wall and see their parties, dude. If they're even cracking.
Well, here's the thing. What I think what happens in parties these days. I mean, these days. I sound like a fucking old piece of shit, but whatever. All I think about is people would do shit just for how it looks on camera, how it looks on the footage. What kind of Vine or what kind of Facebook Live video will this do? Not having a fun time, having a good time.
Yeah, that's
just
true.
So worried about. Oh, what I'm doing, is that going to look good? Is this selfie going to look good on Facebook? That's what they're more worried about posting it and sharing it than actually experiencing it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's a whole... There's no culture in that. It's not a culture.
It's a societal decay. That's what it is.
I mean, and I think about it because, I mean, I think I put myself in other people's shoes, you know. Yeah, and kind of like I try to see it as an international aspect. Like, how the fuck are people like in Europe, whether it be France or Britain or fucking people in the Middle East, how the fuck do they see us? I mean, what are we about? What is the Americans about now and shit? Fucking doing some stupid ass dance?
Yeah, these kids are dumb fucks these days. I'm telling you that, man.
I don't know. And then,
God, I'm so old. Is it me or? Wait, has it always been like this? Has the older people always looked down upon the new generation?
I was just gonna say that because I remember my people that I used to hang out with, the older people. You know, they used to say, "Oh, you kids don't know."
Yeah, right. I remember that too. You know? But I didn't feel like I was this big of a douchebag these kids are these days. I mean, I was more like a shy, reserved kid. You know, wanting to better myself in skateboarding or whatnot. I wasn't so concerned about what others thought about me. I was more concerned about bettering myself. I don't see that anymore these days.
Yeah, no, but that was the difference. You actually seen the youth trying to get their elders, how you call it? Not
respect,
not respect, but their
acceptance, guidance.
Guidance. Yeah, because they would ask for opinions.
Hey, teach me how to do this, or hey, show me how to skateboard.
What do you think about that? And when people, I mean, the old guys used to think, your new generation don't know how to do it, or your new generation,
new jacks
are like all fucked up, you know, like. But teach me more, you know. To how can I do it? To, you know, like we would ask. I remember I was like that. I don't know if you were.
Yeah, fuck
we would try to look for advice from the elder generations, you know.
Yeah, I mean, especially like in sports or any kind of sports or even for the women, man. Like, fuck, hey man, give me some advice. What's going on, man? Now with these little punk ass kids, they don't want any advice because they think they're invincible. They think they know everything.
Guys, yeah.
Yeah, but in 10 years, they'll look back like, fuck, I was stupid, man. What the hell? I mean...
Yeah, I wonder if that's how it is, though. Like, we're talking about generations. I wonder if that's how it's been perceived and looked throughout the ages, man.
Yeah.
I wonder.
That's true, man, because there's been so much, change throughout the years. The 60s to the 70s to the 80s to the 90s. But I don't really see a change other than, the attitude change from, the last 15, 20 years.
Because that's what you lived, having...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I guess I'm glad I grew up when I did, because nowadays, man, with the social media, man, your life can get ruined in no time. like based on like what kind of photos or videos you take, or what kind of situations you get involved in, man. There's so much more exposure these days that these like kids with the bullying, all that shit, that shit's fucked up, man. Right? This new age bullying, especially bullying, like picking on girls.
Yeah, we were talking about that in a few past episodes.
That shit is
the internet
fucked up, man.
Yeah, people kill themselves. I mean, they commit suicide for all the bullying they get. You know what I mean? People, somehow you're not meeting someone's standards or expectations, and somehow you're not perfect for them, and they start fucking bullying you.
So what happened?
You names and shit, and the people. I mean, they believe it and they go through it with it. You know.
What happens to the good people that we used to have back in the day? Like, I remember very vividly kids getting bullied, and I would go and help them out and say, "Hey, man, don't do that shit. That's fucked up." Like,
how can you do it though?
People would look after each other back in the day. What the fuck now, man?
But how can you do it through social media? Are you gonna leave a comment? You know that person isn't gonna look at the good comments. She or he is only gonna look at the bad comments, at the ones that are affecting her or him.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, though. Maybe these kids these days, they don't feel like they have anyone to reach out to. They don't have that older presence or that person in the group or the crew that would say, "Hey, man, don't do that. That's not a cool thing to do." Or "Hey, man, if you're having trouble, just fucking delete it."
And even if
there's no guidance anymore.
And even if they did, I don't think they think that that's cool. Like, because if it was cool, there would be a lot more people trying to be that way, and not a lot of people are. You know what I mean? And it's fucking crazy to see that people are so into these things, you know. I mean, to the machine. I get it. It's. I mean, the smartphone, to be looking at pictures and everything, is good as a society thing, as a social thing. You know what I mean? You get to talk to other people and keep up with them and everything. But when it takes over your life, where you have to post what you're eating, what you're doing, what you're gonna do next. One time you're gonna go to bed. Oh, I'm going to bed now. What the fuck? Who gives a fuck? Just go to bed. What the fuck? That's what I would say. You know, like and you post all these like ridiculous fucking postings that it's like really, like lives that have been less lived, they get more fucking, they put more attention to. You know, more emphasis on, and I think it's stupid. You know what I mean? They should be worried about politics and all this bullshit, and because it's essential. You know what I mean? It's essential for their kids and their lives. And the way they're going to grow up to be, you know what I mean? They don't want their generation, this next generations growing up and being glued to this fucking phone, you know what I mean? That's probably, they're going to wake up. Like, I mean, I don't know if we were any more fucked up than what we think we were. Like, but they're going to wake up soon.
I sure hope so. I mean, like, when's the last time you went to a restaurant, Gabriel, and you're sitting there enjoying your meal? When's the last time you looked around the restaurant and didn't see everyone on their fucking phones, fucking balls deep onto their iPhone, trying to update this, take photos of this? It's like, man, I don't see people enjoying the company that they're with, enjoying the food, enjoying the atmosphere.
That's true, dude. So much so that there's a company that is inventing this like lock or like a case where you put all your telephones in and you put a timer in and it won't open until that timer goes off. I don't know if you've seen it.
Imagine how many fucking freaked out people would be stressing and sweating, waiting for the timer to go off. I mean, if we're that fucked up that we need a timer to not check our phone, just leave it in the fucking car. What the fuck?
Yeah, they just came out. I think I just read the article. I read the article like a week ago, but I mean, you put all your phones in there. You put like a 30-minute timer on. It won't open up until that 30-minute timer is off, and it was meant for people like that are so into their fucking phones that they won't have no conversations. So, you know, like the family figure, the family dad or the like mom that wants to actually be involved with their kids and not have their kids be so into these devices. It's like, okay, well, you got 30 minutes. We're gonna be a family and talk about what you guys did and everything. And it's meant for those type of people, you know what I mean? People that want to get their kids disconnected from that shit. And I'm all for it, you know what I mean? Because, like, really, what life do they have other than being stuck in a fucking on fucking social media, on the virtual world. You know what I mean? What's perceived as a virtual world, because I think we're going into the deeper sense of the virtual world.
Speaking of which, let me ask you a question. What do you think about artificial intelligence, AI? What do you think about like the Matrix? What do you think? Do you think we're ever going to get to that point in the world?
The Matrix. I mean, it's kind of funny. I kind of think that. For a minute there, I thought...
Don't think of Keanu. Think of, like, the Matrix, like...
No, I actually thought
right?
that life was like that for a bit after I'd seen that movie. Come on, because it makes a lot of sense. Like for your mind to be connected to a big program, big computer, and somehow we're living through a world differently, but when you wake up from that world, supposedly when you die, you wake up from the world, you're experiencing the world as it is, as it truly is.
Do you respect Elon Musk?
That SpaceX dude?
Yeah.
For what?
What he's done, what he's about, how smart he is, and like the Tesla guy, like, you know.
Fuck, he's a millionaire. Of course, I respect.
Because he said that developing AI is like summoning a devil.
Really?
He said it's gonna be like the downfall of our civilization.
I mean, I don't know, dude. Because I think to some point, computers are manipulated in what you put in their code. You know what I mean? I mean, to some extent, to some full extent. I don't know if you know anything about coding, but I've learned a lot on coding HTML and all these. Everything is based off commands, algorithms.
Mm-hmm.
So everything. I mean, you're gonna have for artificial intelligence. I don't know how it works, but if you're giving them a topic or a homework to do, you know what I mean? Something they have to achieve, whether it be for the humans not to destroy each other. I think they're gonna seek it out. You know, they're gonna try to control the way humans live and shit. But yeah, he might be right, because if they're trying to like control the way you live, if you're trying to do something against your will, they might be able to stop you with force. You know what I mean? So who knows?
Yeah, imagine a self-thinking, self-functioning artificial intelligence that can repair itself and build other things. I mean, it's going to get to a point where it gets so good that we're going to lose control of it. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's going to get so good.
If we get there, though, we were talking about virtual reality. There's thought.
It's not if, it's when, man. That the rate of invention, the rate of technology improvement. Look, Gabriel, think 25 years ago. There was no cell phones. There was a rudimentary computer.
But what are we reaching for?
Exactly. What is the endpoint?
I don't know. I think it's going to take a long time. And what are we reaching for? What do we really want them for? You know what I mean?
But think about it. There was a lot. There had to have been a lot of small, seemingly meaningless advancements to get to that point. All it takes is one event, one invention that all these other minor, small inventions and breakthroughs contributed to. It takes that one breaking point where there's no return. So you can't measure it based on what you see today. It's based on like a certain processor was developed, then this certain memory system was developed. All these little things add up. And eventually, one smart motherfucker like Elon Musk or some Stephen Hawking type guy figures out how to put all these things in concert together to create a massively earth-changing thing, you know?
Machine, yeah.
Yeah, it's not... Someone doesn't just invent something out of a whole bunch of new parts. It is they take all the current minor, small advancements over time and combine them into one massive super thing.
You know, the only reason I say that I'm not too worried about it is because you see all the warnings. You know, you see that movie you were talking about a few episodes back. What's it called? The cartoonish Waldo.
WALL-E.
WALL-E. Yeah, where they're like
floating up in the world because they destroyed the world and are waiting for it to be re-inhabitable.
And then all the like societies like dependent on these machines. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's a warning sign, and I think societies will somehow like move away from it somehow. But
do you really think human society will move away from that? Humans are fucking morons.
Maybe, who knows? You know, but what I'm worried about is like the whole virtual reality. They're building this massive computer. We were talking about the Matrix. Who knows, man? They're building this. People are actually lining up, waiting to pay for this machine because they're they're worried because a lot of people are afraid to die. You know what I mean? So they say maybe I only got 70, 80 years of my existence. If somehow they could connect my brain and make me live off this machine, people are gonna experience life, living. They're gonna be able to live more years and live through a machine.
That's creepy as fuck, man.
That's what I was trying to get at.
Hey, when's your time to go? It's your time to go, man. Fucking go on with it. Get reincarnated. Whatever you believe in. Hey, man, there's a reason for the end. Fucking embrace it.
That's what I'm saying, though. But I have more. I have more fear for that than artificial intelligence, because I don't think. I mean, well, like I was saying, artificial intelligence could always be manipulated into whatever you want it to be. You can't teach it feelings, but you could also.
How do you know that? Based on technology now, you can't.
I mean, you were looking at iRobot, but you can't. Yeah. I don't think.
Why not? Why is that so far fetched?
Because because that feelings comes from your fucking your mind. It comes from your consciousness.
But there's only so many. There's only so many feelings you can feel. There's only so many emotions you can have. There's a check in your mind, whether you know it or not. There is a list of things that you know you can feel. If something happens to you, your brain knows how to react to that based on your past experiences. All the computer needs to do is completely map like a DNA version of your brain where it has every response and every algorithm ever created. And why couldn't it do that? Why couldn't it be self-learning?
I think it's too far from it, and I don't see it coming, dude. I do. Because I think that's what makes humanity man. You know what I mean? I think that's what makes humanity what it is. Because we're different than all the animals. We're different than everything that we have ever created. We can't create humans. We can't create people with feelings. I honestly don't think so, dude. I mean, you can't teach a machine how to feel love. You know what I mean? You can't teach a machine how to feel fear. You can't teach a machine how to feel all these feelings we feel. You know what I mean?
I think 100% you're wrong.
I don't think so, dude. I'm not afraid of it. I'm not even worried about it, because I mean, there's warning sounds all over. You see Wall.
Yeah, but what about the history of the world? When did we ever listen to warning signs? Did we stop Hitler when he was building up and ramping up?
Ultimately, we did.
Afterwards, after he killed 5 million Jews and millions of other Russians and Americans, we don't see any of the warning signs.
Yeah, but not only
humans never see warning signs.
Our generation is talking about these fucked up kids that are fucking just watching, being lazy and just experiencing life through their phones. You don't think that them, when they found out that they were fucking being stupid, they try to stop their younger generations and saying, you guys are fucking lazy as fuck. Why are you gonna let some robot do things for you? You know what I mean? So,
yeah, but they're like, oh, you're just old. You don't know technology. You're stupid.
Yeah, no, but
like they do to us these days.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's essential till it gets to a point where someone's gonna be worried about it. Like I say, I come back to that thing. I'm worried more about people living through a virtual reality thing. You know what I mean? Than artificial intelligence. And even if they did build it, I think it's manipulated ultimately. I don't think it'll fucking become what iRobot did. You know what I mean? I think somehow you could.
As long as we got Will Smith, we're good.
Yeah, right. I think as long as you put somehow like this defense behind something that, okay, let's say they start thinking their own way. What can be the defense against it? Okay, if you start thinking your own way, if you start going against the program, shut yourself down. You know what I mean? That would be the ultimate goal. And I think you could ultimately manipulate machines. You know what I mean? Because you're building them.
Really?
The code. I think that's what happens with computers. You know what I mean?
What if there's AI hackers? They start hacking their own systems and stuff.
A virus? Maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe, dude. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe a hacker that's who knows, dude. That's a good. You got me on that one. I never really gave thought to it, but the whole like virtual reality, I'm more worried about that. People are lining up for that. They want to live off of off the brain and just connect to this fucking machine and make it like a fucking Matrix thing. You know what I mean?
Shit.
And imagine that, like, maybe if evolution somehow ends up in that society, in virtual reality, imagine hundreds of years from now, you know what I mean? It's actually gonna look like the Matrix, where you're living your life through a fucking machine, a capsule, and you're living your life through your mind through this computer, and then you wake up and actually know that you're not living there. You know what I mean? And people are lining up, dude, because they feel like they can control their life. You know what I mean? All these people are saying that on this computer, on this big computer. You guys got to look it up. It's essential. It's really nice. I mean, if you think about it, it's scary. But a lot of people that are into science will like it because most of those people are going to be able to see themselves as they want to see themselves. We're not going to have to worry about how much they eat.
Like a big six-pack all ripped and yoked,
you
know?
Yeah, exactly. If you want to look six-packy, all fucking muscled up and everything, you're going to be able to because it's all a computer. The computer, someone's going to be outside controlling how you look and everything. And
every little fucking girl, there's going to be like 10 million Kim Kardashian lookalikes in the virtual world because that's what everyone wants to look like, right?
Look at that. See, that's
dime a dozen. It's going to be like fucking, it's like plain vanilla in the future.
I'm ultimately more worried about that than everything, but that's if we reach it, bro. There's so much shit in the world.
Oh, yeah, like a caldera volcano, a comet, a mass extinction, nuclear
bombs,
solar flares.
Yeah. Who knows, dude?
This world is so... It's so, how do you say it? So volatile, so precious that it could end in any moment.
And that's the whole reason I get mad, dude, because these kids are not living life. I mean, if I could go back in my life and live it a way different way, there were so many things I would do differently. And then I know that these guys are going to be regretful a lot more than I have been because I lived my life to a certain degree where I'm happy, dude. I'm happy of the experiences I've experienced. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and these kids are not. Dude.
Think about it. You're happy with your life? And how many photos, how many postings did you do living your best moments of your life?
Dude, I don't
right? I don't even think. I have memories.
Maybe there's 3-4 pictures of those experiences I had. Maybe 2 or 3. And I only have like 1 in existence now. So
it allows you to live those memories as they actually happened. You learn to remember the memories, the feelings, the emotions, the smells, the sights of these important events instead of just like snapping a photo and then checking back like every week or 2 weeks like, oh yeah, that was great. But no, you don't soak that in because you don't have to because you have a visual record of it. When you experience something, that goes deep into your soul. You know,
man. I mean, it's more real.
Yeah.
That's ultimately it. It's more real, and people, you know, like. Fucking these kids they don't see it as real because there's so many distractions. You know what I mean? They go from this thing to the next update to the next update to the next update, so they don't see it. They don't affect them. So when they hear about their great uncle that passed away, they don't really care because you know they're just waiting for the next new thing. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's not reality, and I'm just fed up, man. I hope somehow us, you know, our generation. Are able to change that generation's thought. You know what I mean? Hopefully we're the old people that give them good advice. You know, one day, who knows, dude? I don't know.
And you know what, Gabriel? That's the purpose of the Same Medium podcast. Hopefully we try to bring these conversations to everyone. Just, you know, like we're not saying we're smarter. We're not saying we know better. We're just saying, hey, look,
there's a better way to live life.
There's a better way to live life. Experience it, guys. I mean, we enjoy you on this journey with us. Who knows where it goes, guys? I mean, fucking rate us, review us. Let us know how you think it went, how you like the format, what you want to talk about. I mean, fucking give us a shout out. We'll give you some love. You know, we love being with you guys. You know, we're going to be here every week.
Yeah, you guys can find us on all the links on the website, sameintheend.com. All the links are on the header. You'll be able to see us in Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. We're more prominent in Twitter, you know what I mean? That's where we're more active. But yeah, man, check us out and give us suggestions on what you guys think and
yeah, I mean, we're definitely open to feedback. I mean, that's how everyone gets better. I mean, fuck, we're not going to sit here and be all preachy and douchey about anything like that. So guys, if you want us to talk about something, you want to shout out or whatever it is, fucking hit us up, man. I mean, don't feel afraid or nervous, whatever, hit us up. We're fucking normal guys, you know, fucking here in Southern California. Nice, beautiful weather, nice, beautiful locations, having a good time. Drinking Miller Lite tonight. Yeah. So fucking guys, until next time, we're gonna hit you back. Hopefully coming soon. I can't wait to do this shit. I want to do this shit right now, but fuck it, everyone's gotta go. So fucking guys, once again, sameintheend.com. We love you guys. Until next time, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Good night, guys.
Peace out.